This is going to be a video for a Modbo install on a 30,000 R version 5 PS2. So the best place to mount your chip is going to be preferred here, and I will include in a link below the diagram that I'm following, and it'll show you the reason why is, if you can see here, you have the chip. Those points right there are going to be in this area here. So you kind of just want to have them as close as possible for the shortest length. So that's the one I'm going to be following. And you want to prep your chip first. Add some flux to those pads. And this one right here as well. Clean that up. Never want to leave flux on too long. Apologize if the video is shaking. The mount I'm having to use right now is not so good. And then the points we're going to be starting with are going to be these. So you'll have P, N, O, and M. Again, it'll be right here. So P, N, O, M, Q, U, R, T, V, and W. And so I'm going to tin the wires. I'm going to use pause it and then continue. So flipping this upside down, P, O, N, and M are going to be on the 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th pins. And it would be going down this way. So you'd have 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th. I'm going to try to do this under the camera, which is going to be harder. And as you can see right here, I've bent these wires down for now until it gets cleaned up a bit. The next ones for Q, U, R, T, V, and W are going to be at these spots right here. So it'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9th points from the top. And then I'm going to be wiring those in. And then I'll give you another shot of that in the meantime. After, I'm having to do this in sections because soldering it underneath the camera the way I have the stand set up is a little bit difficult. So I don't want to make it where the wiring job becomes poor because of the stand. I'll be back in a sec. And after that's been set up, I also forgot to include that point W, which is going to be right here. That was also supposed to be there. I forgot to point that out. So now that these wires are all soldered, and you can see soldered down. Trying to get it to focus. There you go. So you can see that's not bridged. It looked like it was for a second. And those are good. So now we're going to swing these around, and they're going to get soldered to the mod chip, and they will be trimmed and tidied up. We'll be back very shortly. And as you can see, it's coming along. So now the last bit of the right side points are going to be soldered. And now after a little bit more, you can see that it's all wired up nicely. This is only half of it, because we still got those top points right there on the top of the chip from CX and SX all the way down to A, reset, ground, and 3.3 volts, and then it's done. So I'll show you the next part once I get it set up. And all of the other wires that attach to the front of the board are done. You can see there's reset, ground, 3.3 volts, and all the other ones that go to the front. Now we're gonna go be working on the back. As you can see right here, we have BFG, H, and I, but on this particular one, we only have BG, H, and I. So there will be no F point. So I will get that one started as well. And like before, I'll set it up and come back to show you. So now that it's all done, you can see that everything's tucked up pretty nicely. A couple of the wires run through the legs of the chip. That's just to keep it nice and tidy. And the wires that run through the side there, they are tucked away right there as well. Now I see there's like some extra flux here. That was probably from somebody who owned this previously, or maybe it was from the factory. I don't remember if this was open before I opened it. But anyways, this is how you do a Modbo, whether it's the 4.0 or 5.0, it doesn't matter. Whether it's the 750, it all works the same as long as you're taking into account the board revision, which would be right there, as you see, GH015. That's the number you want to look for on the right-hand side. It could be different depending on your version. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed at least looking this, regardless of not seeing the soldering actually being done actively. That's just because the camera is very hard for me to solder below.